Angkor Wat. Angkor Wat Temple. Yeah, today I show you about the Angkor Wat. Angkor Wat Khmer. Angkor Wat, a capital temple, is a capital complex in Cambodia and the largest religious monument in the world. On the site measuring 162.6 hectares. It was originally constructed as a Hindu temple of God Vishnu for the Khmer Empire, gradually transforming into the Buddhist temple toward the end of the 12th century. It was built by the Khmer king Surya Varman II in the early 12th century in Yasodharapura, the capital of the Khmer Empire, as his settled temple and eventual mausoleum, breaking from the Shaiva tradition of the previous kings. Angkor Wat was instead dedicated to Vishnu, at the best preserved temple at the site. It is the only one to have remained and significant religious center since its foundation. The temple is at the top of the high classical style of Khmer architecture. It was become a symbol of Cambodia, appearing on its national flag, and it is the century empire attraction for visitors. Angkor Wat combines two basic plans of the Khmer temple architecture: the Temple Mountain and the later Cholera Temple. It is designed to represent Mount Meru, home of the Deva in Hindu mythology, within a moat and an outer wall 3.6 kilometer. It means a 1.2 millimeter long, three rectangular galleries, each raised above the niche. At the center of the temple stands vacant of towers. Unlike most Angkorian temples, Angkor Wat is oriented to the west. Scholars are divided as to the significance of this. The temple is admired for the grandeur and harmony of the architecture. It is extensive bas reliefs and for the ministers, devatas adoring its walls. Yeah, this is the king. This is the king so of Cambodia. He is um
In 1989, the World Monuments Fund conducted one of the first international surveys of damage wrought by years of civil war and neglect at the historic city of Angkor in Cambodia. Since then, the World Monuments Fund has worked to conserve endangered sites at Angkor, including the Churning of the Sea of Milk Gallery at Angkor Wat. I'm John Stubbs, Vice President of Field Projects at the World Monuments Fund. I've worked at Angkor since 1991. The magnificent Temple of Angkor Wat, built by the powerful King Suryavarman II in the early 12th century, is the world's largest religious building. Its 5 towers, set atop a man-made stone mountain, symbolize Mount Meru, sacred in Hindu mythology. In 2008, Cambodian authorities approved our proposal to restore the stone gallery at the east elevation of Angkor Wat. It contains the most famous of all works of ancient Khmer art, the 49-meter-long bas-relief depicting the churning of the Sea of Milk story in the Hindu epic, the Mahabharata. The celebrated stone carving on the rear wall of the gallery shows gods and demons churning the primordial ocean below to release Amrita, the elixir of immortality. Architect Cham Fali is in charge of the field project.
Amrita is the simple like the water that if you have Amrita, you drink and then you cannot die. You have a life forever. That means Amrita.
Rerouting visitors and explaining the restoration process is part of the overall project. The conservation challenge here is to reset the gallery's roof stones to prevent rainwater and harmful salts from damaging the fragile surface of the frieze below. Without treatment, this exceptional example of Khmer sculpture could be lost.
Yeah, the water come in during the water come in, and then the water have acid, and then damage the bas-relief. So that's why the World Monument Fund decided to protect the roof.
To accomplish the project, the World Monuments Fund installed a custom-designed bridge crane that can travel the length of the gallery in order to easily remove and replace the over 1,000 specially shaped roof stones.
After consolidation.
ច្រើនយើងពីថ្មផងដល់មកគោនេះយើងក្រាលសំណផងយើងមើលគេដាក់ថ្មផង
I think that I am working for people in the world, not for only my heritage.
Build the Angkor. The Angkor Wat temple is the presentation of Mount Meru, the home of the god, the center icon of tower, symbolizes the five peaks of the mountain at the wall, and mount symbolize the surrounding mountain ranges and ones, and access to the upper areas of the temple was progressively more exclusive, with the laity being admitted only to the lowest level. Unlike most Khmer temples, Angkor Wat is oriented to the west rather than the east. This has led many, including Manu Rise, Glaze, and Geogris, to conclude that Suryavarman intended to serve as his funerary temple. Further evidence for this view is provided by the bas-reliefs, which proceed in a counter-clockwise direction, phrase Sauya in Hindu terminology, as this is the reserve of the normal order. Rituals take place in the reserve order during the Brahminic funerals service. The archaeologist Kales Hiyam also describes a container which may have been a funerary chair which was recalled from the center tower. It has been nominated by some as the largest expenditure of the energy on the disposal of a coarse Freeman and Jacques. However, not that several other temples of Angkor depart from the typical Eastern orientation, and suggest that Angkor was a litman was due to its de- dedication to Vishnu, who was associated with the West. A pseudo interpretation of Angkor Wat has been processed by Eleanor Monica, drawing on the temple's alignment and dimensions and on the content and arrangement of the base relief. She accused that the structure represents a claimed new era of peace under King Suryavarman II, as the measurement of solar and lunar time cycles were built into the sacred space of Angkor Wat. This divine mandate to rule was accorded to consecrated chambers and corridors meant to perpetuate the king's power and to honor and placate the deities manifest in the heaven above. Monica's suggestions have been received with the mixture of interest and skepticism in academic circles. She distanced herself from the speculation of others, such as Grandma Hancock, that Angkor Wat is part of the representation of the constellation